Okay, so let's take a quick look. This is from page 69 all the way to page 77 we are referring to. So I'm asking you to take a quick look at these pages and point you out to three examples. Starting from the first one here, I think previously at the introduction of this chapter, when I was away, your activity on Google Classroom. So we talked about this new segment of learning in percentage, namely a title here. The title says GST, discount and annual interest. It says annual interest, it's not just interest. So during the Google Classroom activity, I realized that some of you wrote interest for different things. Some of you wrote interest as in interest for I buy something and then I use my credit card and then I have credit card, I need to pay interest. It's a bit different from the interest that is mentioned here, but it says annual interest. So this is the key thing that we talk about at primary 5. When you're primary 6 and secondary school, these words will change. Just as in this textbook, current textbook, it shows you GST standing for goods and service tax. It states that it is a 7% tax imposed on most goods and services in Singapore. Which, yes? So let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at examples here, okay? So, as we all know, in year 2024, it's no longer 7%. Yeah, it's now 9%. So you know that in future, the textbook will change because this one is like outdated already, right? But the idea of GST is not changed. It says here it's a tax, a goods and service tax that is imposed on most goods and services in Singapore. You realize in different countries, different, okay? You go and check out Malaysia, all right? Some of you went over to Malaysia over the weekend, right? It's a different GST charge. So let's take a look at this receipt for Jenny's bag. So she bought this bag at the shop. And it says here she had to pay 7% GST on the bag she bought. How much did she have to pay in all? So you look at GST amount is a 7% of the $45. She calculated the GST amount is $3.15. In total, after GST, is $45, the original price of the bag, plus $3.50, then you got $48.15. Okay, let's look at the next one. The next one that talks about discount, which many of us are more familiar with on the next page. Because you realize a lot of your parents or if you go out for shopping mall, this is one of the things that you probably look out for. And nowadays there's online sale, right? So online like Shopee, Lazada, you all familiar with here? You heard these things before? Or Shopee and Lazada, you watch the YouTube, then pop up there's just Shopee, BB, buy everything, this advertisement that tells you to buy from these places. And they offer you all sort of packages like 5% discount, $5 discount. So here says Peter bought a t-shirt at a sale. It has OG as well. I learned this word OG from my student last year. Yeah, this original. Because we are talking about the Frozen song. The Let It Go versus Into the Unknown. That was this. Then we were, you know the song? The oh, and then I can hear you, but I don't do that song. And then a lot of time they were telling me, oh, they prefer Let It Go versus into the unknown. But let it go. It's every many years now. Let it go, let it go. Don't hold it back anymore. Right? Yeah, the biggest fan. Me too. But sometimes you hear too much, you also feel like cringy. And then I also have students tell me that they prefer they tell me that the Blackpink is like OG, and then like is it blue jeans or new jeans? New jeans. New jeans is the newer generation of K-pop. So last year my students say some prefer the OG. This one? Oh, let it go. Okay. But it seems like Taylor Swift is never a OG or new thing, right? It's always relevant. Okay, anyway, back to here. So the t-shirt OG is $36. And then it says it's offered at a discount of $25. And it says the discount is 25% of the original price. So you see the calculation. So the discount is $9. So the actual price that Peter does not need to pay 36. He pays $27 instead. Okay, because of the discount provided. Okay, then the last example was on interest. Okay, so let's take a look at the last example here on the same page. The interest rate between the two banks here. Let me put it, try to make it bigger. So this is the example here. The interest rates the two banks pay on the amount deposited are shown. What deposited is the big word. Anybody knows what it means? Mrs. Lee, very good. Mrs. Lee put some money inside Star Bank. So this is deposited. So she took this amount of money, she went to the bank and said, I put my money here. And then to the bank want to encourage you to come, you save more money. Then I give you some additional perks. So the bank provides interest. This term called interest. And it says annual interest. What's the meaning of annual interest? Annual. 1 year. So in 1 year, in every 1 year, annually, in every 1 year. So in that 1 year, Mrs. Lee gets 1% out of the original amount of money she put inside. Correct. So as in Mrs. Lee go to the bank, put her money inside the bank. Put for 1 year, right? The bank says, okay, I give you an interest. So at the end of the 1 year, she gets to receive $100, $120 on top of what she put in. Well, but that is a different thing. That's not interest. That would be something like insurance, which is different. Interest and insurance. When you fall down and you go and see a doctor, right? And then this thing or the car, you got in an accident, and then if you have insurance, it covers some of the amount. That's a different thing. That's insurance. This is interest. It's got to do with the bank. Now, but if you look at what happens at the end of the year, in the end of the day, how do you differentiate between GST discount and annual interest? What are the similarities? Okay, so just now Christopher asked an important question. How do I remember in exam these different things? Yeah, to ask whether discount is plus or minus, GST is plus or minus, right? So how do I remember at the end of the year? What is it that what if I was worried that I'll get confused? I will remember, I don't remember correctly that is it add or minus I got confused. Okay? based on just now's examples, what can we conclude as a hint? Yes. Is it increase or decrease, right? Yeah. So let's conclude this together. Okay. We have GST discount and interest, annual interest. Yes. Because it's a goods and services tax decided by the government. In this worksheet, it's always 7%. But as we all know, in 2024, it's no longer 7, it's 9. So maybe next year's textbook will not say 7 anymore. 7% was a few years back. Now, so let's talk about it then. Okay, if you're not able to conclude yet, let's look at the terms on this page. This is page 85. The first statement says, find the amount to be paid. Find the amount to be paid for each item, including GST. Including. So do you think the number will grow or number will shrink? It will grow. Okay. Then you see the next one. Find the amount of discount and the price after the discount. So we all know discount is what? Decrease. So the amount in the end, it will be minus, it will be decrease. Okay, it will drop. So just now GST say, Teshin say it will increase, it will grow. So in the end, GST in the end is plus. You got to pay more. The end result, right? The end result is that the amount grow. You need to pay more. So it will be a plus. Then discount, very happy. The end amount is lesser. Yes. Then what about interest? Just now we talk about it. Let's go to the interest page. Total savings, yes, it's a gain. Total savings at the end of the year is a gain. So the end result is a plus. So your money grows. Okay? Okay, your money grows. Okay? This one, you need to pay less. Decrease. Your money grows, so plus. Is it a good shortcut for us to remember? So out of these three identities, this is one of the common challenges. Have you taken down the notes? So one of the common mistakes, yes, is that students, when they come to exam time, they are given a question and the question never specified. And then you are like, oh, I cannot remember. GST discount interest. Which one is plus, which one is minus? So one of the easiest hint is that, okay, discount is the one that you always subtract from the original. GST is the one you add on to the original amount. Interest is the one that you add on to the original amount. Even if you say like credit card, like you lose money, your credit card bill. Even with credit card bill, interest rate for credit card bill, you end up having to pay more. So the amount grows as well. Okay? Okay, shall we begin? So one of the shortcut thing is to remember discount, you always end up with a smaller amount. That's why people are very, most of the time very happy. Okay? Okay, so here's the percentage that I'm going to do. First, step 1, find amount. Step 2, find total. So first part is 7%. You have 7% of $165. So first, find the percentage multiplied by the original price. Grow the OG. This is decrease the original amount, discount, decrease the original amount. This one is grow the original amount. Okay. So the back to here, so 7% of $165. So I at this point, if I can calculate 7 out of 100, yes, please go ahead. Then I multiply. Okay. If you can, try to simplify first. So divide by 5 becomes 7 out of 20. Divide by 5. Divide by 5 here. Simplify. Then becomes make some space for the simplifying. Divide by 5 will be 20. Divide by 5 will be 33. Okay, 33. Then you calculate. Alternatively, you can do the numerator times numerator divided by denominator. Okay, so if you do this, you'll be cannot use calculator. It's no calculator symbol. Yeah. So from here you can calculate 33 times 7. Then you got 231. Divide by 20. So divide by 10 first, then divide by 2. Or divide by 2 first, divide by 10. Divide 20. If it's very confusing, right? Numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. So I carry on from here. 231 divided by 20. I divide by 2 first. So I get okay. So after that, divide again by 10. So it will be 11.55. $11.55. Then total amount paid will be 55 cents, right? 55 cents, right? So it'll be $165 plus $11.55. So it will be 165.00 plus 11.55. 176.55. $176.55. Okay, here's another trick. Yeah, simplify then multiply. Of course, you find that it's difficult, then you really go the long way. Okay, you got this ready, right? Uh, I simplify that. Yeah. So I simplify first. Alternatively, this is really hard. Then what you can do is just do the numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. Meaning, I write 7 out of 100 times 165, right? Then I do, huh? No, I divide by 5 became 20. No, it didn't become 0. I simplify by dividing by 5. Okay, alternatively, I can do numerator times numerator divide by denominator, which is I can do 165 multiplied by 7, and then I get 1155 divided by 100. Which give me the same answer? Okay, can you understand what I'm saying? So if you find the simplifying really hard, right? You really cannot do the simplifying. Then go back to the really numerator times numerator divided by denominator then. Is that okay? You guys say the same thing. Okay, the next one, are you okay with it trying out your own? Sorry? So I will do same as 7 out of 100 times. Yeah, but I will do some simplifying because it helps, like calculations. Like for example, I strike off the 0 first. Then it will be easier to calculate later. Then I can do 185 times 7 divided by 10. Don't forget the dollar sign, okay? Because in the end, you're paying amount. Then you remember to add the original amount to the GST price. So 185 times 7. So I think the biggest challenge really, everyone, is your times table. That's number one. If you have trouble recalling what is 8 times 7, you are going to have problems trying to come up with the answer for this 3-digit times 1-digit number. Okay, so the first step is the struggle with the times table. You cannot do the multiplication correctly. The second struggle is there is 0.50, 50 cents at the back. Because divide by 10, don't forget. So you will have 1850.00 plus 129.50. Don't forget the symbol. Okay, now this question will definitely come up in the exam. GST, discount, and interest definitely be out. And yes, there will be questions that you are not allowed to use the calculator. So you need to know how to calculate this. But honestly, is it very challenging? I do not think so. It's not as challenging as saying that it is a very word problem that I need to read and analyze. It's quite a straightforward one because you find the percentage, then either add or subtract. Okay, I'll leave the C for yourself, DIY. We move on to the next one. So you find the amount of GST, then find the total by adding on top of it. The next one is on discount. So the original price is $68. We've got a 10% discount here. So 10% of the $68, that would mean 10 out of 100 times 68. So being able to simplify is definitely going to be helpful. I can cross out 10 hundredths. I can become 1/10. And then from here, $68 divided by 10 will be $6.80. So the price after discount, remember, is decreased in amount. So I have $68 minus the discount. So 68.00 minus $6.80. Here's the common mistake as well, aligning the decimal point. So instead of paying $68, now only need to pay $61.20 because got $6.80 discount. You got a 10% discount. Good deal, right? And now, for this particular question, 2A, can I ask you, do you think the 10% discount is better or a $10 discount is better? $10 discount, right? But then again, if you look at, let's say, this iPad here, do you think which is better? Blitz selling the iPad for 15% discount. Speedster selling at $100 discount. Which one better? You don't know, right? This one need to calculate. This is all the way at the back. And not here, you don't have it. It's with me, it's with me. This is one of the harder questions. Because, you know, what do business owners do? They try to scam you and make you believe that you got a very good bargain. So in the end, can you tell with one look which is better? Really, you can't. You need to know how to calculate. Don't know, you need to calculate this. There's a big, see, there's a lot of working steps blank here. One look is hard to tell. You need to calculate this. Okay? So we're back at this washing machine. So if $12 discount better or 12% discount is better? I see, you need to check. You really can't tell with one look. But with the ability to simplify is definitely going to make calculations easier. So looking at this decimal point, I'm going to shift it here, divide by 10, so it will be $66. That's the discount. Oh, tell me, 12% discount better or $66 discount better? Yeah. Oh, it's the same, eh? 12% is $66. Yeah. So here, listen. I said, is 12% discount better or $66 discount better? It's the same. Yes. I'm not sure. I need to calculate. Is it? Okay, we'll get there. So price after discount for the washing machine, $550 subtract by $66. You got the answer for that one. Okay. Okay. Are you able to resolve this? That is DIY. So same thing, I calculate the discount first. Then I subtract after that. The original price is 99 minus the discount price. I think this one will have a decimal point. Again, I can simplify it. I can do 2 times 99, then divide by 10. I think this one will have a decimal point. Do not forget the dollar symbol. Every dollar symbol meaning is every dollar symbol missing is minus half a mark. Okay? I'm sure, I think this answer will have a decimal point. Ken, am I going too fast? Because I'm next at interest already. Yeah? Okay, right neatly please, 2 hands on the table. Okay, good. We are on good speed. Now we're moving on to, you've got to solve this yourself as DIY, right? Okay, so the next one is on interest. We said growing money, right? So bank A, you start off with $5,000. You've got an interest of 2%. So 2% of $5,000 is what you may get at the end of 1 year. Annual interest. 1 year, so that's annual. That's what it means by annually. So I've got 2 out of 100 times $5,000. Oh, I really like these numbers. Look, I can simplify easily. And then that's $400. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. 2 times 50, 2 times 50 is 100. And so the total saving will be, original is $5,000. And I get to get interest, that's 100. And I'll end up with $5,100 at the end of 1 year. It's too small? Now it's too big. Okay. Right. So I'm adding you grow the original amount of money, the savings. So 2% is 2 out of 100. Multiplied by the original number is 5,000. Simplify, and cancel the zeros. I end up with 2 times 50, that's 100. The savings will be the original amount, and then you plus the interest that you get, you end up with a bigger number. That's okay? If that's okay, I think it's pretty okay. These are 2 easier questions. Ah, this one is hard. There's a calculator here. Do you know why you need a calculator for this question? Yes. Because it has a decimal place. It is a harder question. Yes. Okay. This is a harder question. See, the interest is 1.5% of $18,000. 1.5. Now, you can use the calculator for this. So your homework includes looking for the decimal as well as the percent symbol on your calculator. If you know how to press the calculator, it's just 1 step. So I could easily press my calculator. Let me see if I can get my calculator on screen. So if I'm not wrong, your calculator, let me see back here. Well, I'll let you experiment with this. You go back and find. And I'll come back on Thursday to check on this again. Okay, now, can I comfortably say that the last one you know how to do? Page 88. So, what's the clue here? Yeah, find the amount and a price with GST. The rate is 7%. So we tells you is I gotta add. Is that okay? So for the last page on page 88, it's doing the same thing. 7 out of 100 multiplied by 1,300. And do the simplifying possible, get an amount. Then use the original price plus the GST. And then you got the answer. Is this okay? Doable? The homework is this and corrections, is that okay? Just these are the corrections. Can do? Okay, then I will see you. Thank you very much. And I'll see you on Thursday. Yes. Those are the ones to do. The students prepared for alright then. Those who on Tuesday when they say there's no after school activity today, so please be on your way home, okay? Okay, then so you're all right. By the way, I've checked your SLS. I noticed that there's so many of us that have not completed the work on the SLS. Guys,